Had nothing but good things to say about you.
Legislator?
Yeah.
Kevin?
No, Jeff.
Jeff?
Yeah,
The chair.
Shane, yeah. Okay,
The-
so it's
you-
recording
knows
right
you.
now, right?
Knows you well.
No,
Okay.
it's not Jeff, it's,
Okay, appreciate it, Dan.
what's his name?
Okay,
I thought it was Jeff.
No.
I got forced on the
Great.
days. so
Okay,
I'm-
appreciate
So,
it.
no,
meet
you're
all
on
the-
days?
Yeah, I got
Okay.
forced.
thank you, Dan.
Okay.
Bye
All I
now.
do is sanitize.
Mhm.
Sanitize 4 buildings, 5 buildings.
Mhm.
Go from the public safety buildings, the courthouse, the jail lobby, and the county office building, mental health, and then I do them all over again,
Mhm.
nonstop.
Keeps you busy,
And, yeah.
yeah.
Is there an agenda? Is there an agenda?
Paul? Is that his name is?
Yeah, I
Paul.
think so, yeah.
Yeah. Paul, yeah, Paul and I get along well.
Yeah, you have nothing.
Mhm.
Yeah, today I did 20,545 steps, 7.4 miles and 55 floors up and down.
7.5 miles?
Yeah.
Wow.
At work,
Thank you. Thanks.
it's all work, 55 floors.
Wow.
I do all the railings, both sides, some
Right.
of them got triple railings.
Right.
Have you got 2 pages there?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Thanks. I don't think Mike Spot has one.
Okay.
Hasn't.
Did he tell you what to do? The
You
slide
got one,
deck?
Dave?
Okay.
Which
Do you have the agenda, Dave?
no, yeah,
Oh, you got one? No.
Okay,
Have you got one,
I've
Jim?
got one, yes.
How about you, Dave?
I don't,
Help us out. Oh, you don't have one?
I don't, thank you. I have mail.
Got mail. What is this? Oh, page 2. Page 2.
Ready to start? Okay, please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everybody, for coming to the Preble Town Board meeting of April 13th, 2020. This would be an abbreviated meeting considering the environment that we're living in today. Any additions, deletions, or corrections to the minutes of March 9th?
Motion to accept the minutes.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Carried? Jane?
There's no dog report, no justice report.
We received the highway report from Jeff. Jeff is not here, but we have his report. Anything on this report that anybody wants to talk about? We're gonna go over some of these things on the agenda anyway. No recreation, no county legislature. Jane?
No zoning and code. I tried to get a hold of Rick today, but he didn't answer
Okay.
his phone. Planning board meeting, 4/23, 2020, ZBA meeting, May 7th, 2020.
Okay, thanks, Jane. No historian today. Jane?
We collected $397, dispersed 374 to the town of Preble and 23 to New York State Egg and Markets. Taxes collected today were $1,751,027.66.
Thanks, Jane. Unfinished business, we have the post office lease. Don, can you give us a little word on that?
Yes, the if you remember, I was given the lease I received the lease and I said I'd like to review it and then get back to you. So the new proposed lease, which would start in 2021, is for 5 years. We talked about a 5% increase. So right now we receive, I believe, $741.92 a month. The new numbers, so I think our total now is $89.03 a year. The new numbers would be $93.48 a year. She wouldn't give me $93.50. She rounded down to $93.48. She stayed right to the 5% in the draft.
Is that plus the $721?
I'm sorry?
Is that from, you added on the $721?
Yeah, it's 5% of the $741.92 a month.
Okay,
Well, my math, it's $780 a month, basically. It's $778 a month, which is just, if you do the math, I believe it's $93.48. I don't have my calculator with me. You got it there, Jane? Just divide by 93.48 by 12, if you would.
$779.
$779. So that's what's in this lease. So it's 5 years, no renewal,
5-year level,
but it's
Every-
level for the 5 years.
right. Okay.
So for the 5 years, it would be that same number.
Mhm.
The as far as the features, it's pretty much what we've had, but it's kind of a reminder of what's in there. The lease includes joint use of the ramp, the bathroom, the parking, and the driveway. It requires us to have insurance of at least $2 million per occurrence, which I believe we have now, liability coverage. We're representing in the lease that there are no hazardous materials in the post office. And if it was ever discovered that there were any, if there's asbestos or whatever, it would be on us to remove it. If there are any claims or disputes, you have to go through a postal service contracting officer. I mean, we've never had a dispute in the 30 years or so I've been involved, but it's not like you can go right to court. You have to go through it's kind of like an informal arbitration process within the postal service. We're, of course, responsible for all snow removal and trash. There's no air conditioning. There's no air conditioning over there, is there?
I believe not.
Okay, so there's none required in this lease. And as I mentioned, Jim, to you, it does say that we're supposed to paint every 5 years. So that is in there.
Well, if we have a request by the postmaster that it needs painting, then we'll address that.
Okay.
I don't think they would want to interrupt your business for painting, to tell you the truth.
Oh, paint in the afternoon.
Yeah, paint in the afternoon, right.
Yeah, weekend, whatever. But
So those are kind of the highlights of the lease.
Okay. So we need a resolution to approve this lease to be signed.
Yeah, I prepared actually a written resolution. Be resolved by the town board of the town of Preble that the town of Preble enter into a renewal lease of the post office space located in the Preble Town Hall at 1968 Preble Road, Preble, New York, with the United States Postal Service. Said lease shall be for a 5-year term commencing December 1, 2021 and ending November 30, 2026 for the annual rent of $9,348 payable in equal monthly installments. Jim Doring, town supervisor, is hereby authorized to execute said lease on behalf of the town because they want to see written. They want to see that we passed a resolution, so I
Can I
prepared it.
have a copy of it?
That's, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So you're making the resolution? Can you make the resolution?
No, I just read
I'll
it.
make the
If someone-
resolution as Don read.
Okay.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Night.
Carried.
Okay.
So, so I can sign that right? At the end of today's meeting, I'll sign it. And then would you mail it in, Don, or?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And they want a copy of the deed to prove we own the place. Remember, 5
Yeah,
years
we
ago,
worked
that's
so hard
what
to get that from home to
that's what-
school.
prompted that, finding it and getting a new quitclaim deed from the school
And
district.
you have a copy of that deed.
It's on record.
It's on
Believe
record.
me, it got recorded.
Okay, okay.
You want that copy, Jane?
Yeah, I'll get over to her.
Well, you got jump rope.
Okay, so I'll be signing that after the meeting.
Yep.
New business newsletter. Don Fisher is working on the newsletter, and so we'll have something that comes out.
When does that come out?
It usually comes out the week before Memorial Day, so we have some time on that. But I'm just bringing it up that if anybody has anything that they want to add to that newsletter as far as content, talk to Don Fisher, and he'll make sure that goes in. Or if anybody that you know of would have an interest in putting something in there, because we're going to need content this time, because maybe the newsletter will be smaller, because we're not going to be able to go out and do those interviews
Right.
as easily as we could before. So newsletters in the works. The parade is probably going to be canceled this year unless things change. But as of the way things sit today, we're not going to do a parade.
But I got mixed emotions about that. Even if we just did it with one fire truck, one down through. I mean, you look at some of the emotions that these teachers are doing for their kids, and it gives them, still gives them hope and stuff. You know, so I think it's too early to say we're not going to do it.
Well, I'm just saying that as things sit today, we probably won't do it. I'm just kind of prepping us for that possibility. If May 1st comes around and everything's opening up,
Well, I mean, and they're going to open up slow because we got the word today, right?
Right.
Nothing's going
Right.
to change. So
Right.
at least the 29th of this month.
right? So, we have another board meeting before the parade, so we can talk about it again at that time. But in today's environment, we wouldn't have a parade. So
Like I say,
Yeah.
just a social thing of even just one fire truck. We could still keep everything going and give people hope. And
we can continue the conversation next month. Cleanup. Jeff has a tentative date on his report, the 5th and 6th of June. So again, that's tentative. We don't know whether that's going to fly or not, but that's what we're shooting for.
and the county said with that too, that we're good right till October, as far as the tonnage that they're allowing us to bring in. So even if we had to push that back, we're good.
From what I understand, the county is allowing towns to do it whenever they want,
Right.
and then they'll just let the county know
Yeah.
that.
As long, and then we just have to cover the tonnages.
Right. Okay, that's good. I've been reading that there are municipalities around the country who are canceling their 4th of July fireworks this year. So, there are municipalities looking out that far. And so, we'll have to address some of our events as we go along here. Monies received $1,771.89 from Northeast Transformers and $741.92 from USPS. I would like to mention the passing of former highway superintendent of Preble, Don Wright. He served the town of Preble for many years, and he passed away, and we would like to recognize Don Wright for his service. Retirement. I know Jeff was on me about making sure this gets done today, and it includes the people who are in the New York State retirement system. And this is it's a formality. Every year we have to do this paperwork, and Jane handles this every year along with Gina, but we do have the form here. It came in from Gina. So she got the right form, and we will be taking care of this within the next day or so. So Jane will take care of that. That's about it. This is an abbreviated meeting. Any comments or questions from anybody in here about anything?
Yeah, I got two.
Mhm,
The truck for the one to Tracy Road equipment,
mhm.
we got a bill for 22,000. Wasn't it supposed? Did we get insurance money for that?
We got 17,000 in insurance money.
All right,
So
5,000.
yeah, so we're eating $5,000 because one of our workers
Yep.
tipped it over. So
All right, and then the other one was said we're not going to sell the 2015 K3500 Chevy in the auction because they're putting it off. So then, if each of us have vehicle to use, is that going? They're not going to be driving them home or anything, right?
not that I know of.
But I mean, see, I know because Jeff drives home, so I was just wondering. So
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. I would think that you go to work in your own vehicle, and then you go from here out to the job, and then you go home in your own vehicle.
see, because I know Jeff has a truck to run home, which is understandable.
Right.
But I didn't know why I see that there. I was like,
Right.
would.
That's what I would interpret that, but I would say you can call Jeff on that and ask
All
him,
right.
just to make sure.
All right.
Anybody else have anything that they want to bring up? Okay. So we need, the main reason for getting together tonight was to pay the bills, so we need a motion to pay the general fund vouchers.
Make a motion to pay general fund vouchers abstracts number 4, number 6885 totaling $4,239.06.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
All right,
Carried. And we need a motion to pay the highway fund vouchers.
I make a motion to pay the highway fund vouchers abstract number 4, numbers 30 to 39 totaling $25,696.36.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. And we need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Carried.
Ta-da.
Okay, Jane, I'm gonna give you this.
What's that say there?
I trust that
Yeah.
you'll
Ken?
deal with it the way, what needs to be done with it.
Mouse isn't cooperating here.
Can you get those available?
Yeah, I get you one.
From the top, on the left.
Yeah.